I'm your host, Christina Carmel, and welcome to VIP Unlocked on the Carmel Show. Now, today I have a special guest with me, a long overdue conversation. We have Miss, I'm gonna do it, Nqobile. Nqobile.
You have to say it with your chest, girl.
Nqobile. Yes. How are you, my dear?
I'm good. It's good to finally meet you.
I know. Oh,
right?
It's been long overdue. I was just telling the
Forever.
crew, like, it's been a long overdue, but we had to do this. We had to do the sit down.
Yes.
So how have you found like the pandemic and everything, and how have you been dealing with like COVID and lockdown? And
Girl, it's been, you know what, it's been one big challenge. Like 2020 was just weird for everyone.
Facts.
But I feel like for me, like starting off the year, right, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna be intentional. This is my year. Like regardless, I'm just going for it. And I think that's what I took for myself that whole year. That's been my mental space, regardless of everything. Hence why I even decided to, you know, we're gonna get into that later, but yes.
Yeah, because we've already been talking, like we've already started this conversation ages ago.
Yes.
As you know, on this show, it tends to happen. The cameras are not on, but the conversation already started. But we're gonna take it from the very beginning. Because with you, like, I wanna do a timeline.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I've tried to, and even with the crew, I was like, okay, how are we gonna do this? Because I need to know from the beginning.
Yeah.
So,
Let's get into
in the beginning, there was 3 of you.
Yeah.
CEO dancers.
Yeah.
So before we get into the conversation, let's watch a clip of when I first fell in love with CEO dancers. So what was that feeling like?
Oh my gosh. First of all, nerve-wracking. That was really scary.
I can imagine that.
Was it 2013, 14? Oh my gosh. I feel like I was still a baby, like
Because on the thing,
baby.
on the thing it says 22 to 24. Like I was literally reading the descriptions as well. So who was the youngest?
The youngest is Ezine, the oldest being me, big sis.
Okay.
And Solly, middle child.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, look at this. This is just. I was saying, I did an interview with Ezine, and I was saying to her, like, this is when every black girl realized that, you know what, all this little like bend over that we were doing, bend over, and all this.
We can take it to TV, right?
Yeah,
right.
Like every black girl's dream to be able to be like, we can go mainstream with this.
Yes.
You understand? Because for a long time we've been doing this in our living rooms, and we've been just like doing this in the clubs. But I feel like you guys are one of the first to ever let us know that you could do this professionally as black women.
Yeah.
Because obviously we know that you can do dancing as professionals, but as black young women as well. To be able to have the where was the courage to say, okay, we're gonna go Britain's Got Talent?
I feel like for us, it wasn't just about being black women. It's more black African women, because I feel like African artistry hasn't been appreciated like on a grand scheme or grand scale of things, as opposed to Caribbeans have been accepted, like celebrated for years. You know, bashment music. You know, what else, dancehall and all that. But Afrobeats, it's been like a long time coming, and for us, even what was it? The band, was it Oliver Twist? And then,
that was one of the first.
Yes, Cookerate. For us, it was always important to make sure we push our culture forward. So to see how far that aspect of Afrobeats, like dance, has come far, and how Beyonce is having African dancers in a video, it's just mind-blowing. Because when we first started, we were talking about Beyonce, like, would like to do this, do that. So to see it happening, you know, with people that were looking up to us coming up, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like we said, anything is possible for absolutely everybody. Yeah. So it's amazing. Yeah,
so how did the 3 of you actually meet?
You know what? How did we meet? Okay, so Ezine and I went to uni together.
Okay.
Yeah, Brunel University.
Okay, yeah.
We're in did you go Brunel?
No, I went Kingston.
Is it?
But everybody went Brunel.
Everyone.
Yeah, all my cousins,
Brunel was
Brunel.
turn up uni.
Listen.
My favorite. I had the Brunel. Hey,
Shut down.
No, but so we met at Brunel Uni, and we're in a dance group together called Coco Dancers.
Okay.
And you know how female dance groups, female group anything, it never works. Really.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
I feel like there's a time frame for everything, and with that, it just didn't work out, and we'd been booked for a show. And Ezine and I were the only ones left. Other 2 girls left, and it's like, okay, well, you and I are still trying to dance. We want to do this. And okay, what we're going to do, we've been booked for a show, we've been paid, so we need another dancer. What we're going to do? And she was just out on a night out. She saw Soliette dancing at a club. She was like, yo, that's girl.
It's always the clubs for us. I knew it. I said that. It's always the clubs.
So she sees Soliette dancing, you know, she's like, oh my gosh, this girl, she's beautiful.
Yeah.
She can dance. Let me go talk to her. She talks to her like, okay, cool. You know, you can be our understudy for the show, see how it goes. And oh my gosh, the first day I'm meeting Soliette, I'm like, wow, where have you been all my life? Like, we clicked just like that.
Oh, wow.
And it's like we've been best friends for forever. And then from there, it just literally clicked. And we're like, okay, if we're gonna do this, we need a new name for our group. It can't be Coco Dancers, we need a new name.
Yeah.
And Soliette was the one saying this, like, you can't have the same name. We need a new name. Now I'm in the dance group. Like, all right, girl, we're gonna change our name. You know, we've been brainstorming, trying to come up with names, and we came up with CEO Dancers. And that's how that happened.
That is amazing. I think there was I don't know if you remember this, but you guys did a video to Tiwa Savage. What's that song? Like,
Fire Station video on YouTube. Back on the floor. Don Jazzy.
Don't leave it at my heart. No way. I know it. Yes.
Yo,
listen, I never used to like that song before till I saw you guys dancing to it.
2011.
You guys were standing outside, and there's like listen to me.
How do you even know about that video?
I wasn't a fan of that song yet until I saw you guys dancing to it. I said stop. I went to look for that song. I went to find. I still play that song to that day. Like to this day, I still play that song. And that's like, to me, it's just like,
you know what? Yeah, it's so crazy because back then, like 2010, 2011. Nobody was doing dance videos outside. So for us, it was weird. People used to look at us weird, like, what are these girls doing? Wearing costumes outdoors. So it's so cool to see how it's like the culture now. Every dancer's going out there doing that.
And that's like music marketing now, because all artists pay dancers to promote their music. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, people been doing this thing from early.
We've been doing it.
We've been doing this thing from early. Because that is actually a good song, but it needed, some songs just need like dance. I needed to feel the beat. And that's one thing I love about the way you dance, I tell you now, it's just because I feel like there are dancers, and then there are dancers, and there are, sometimes I feel like sometimes with dancing, it can be very much like, it's too perfect.
Robotic,
it's too perfect. It's too clean.
Yeah, it's too clean.
Much. Yeah,
and it's always nice when there's a little bit of
and that's one thing about South Africans, because they ride the rhythm. Yeah, you guys ride the beat, and so it just flows and it feels nice. Sometimes when it's too like, I can't. Give me
that one we've got. Give me that.
And it's too like. It's too much. I can't get it. And so it's like, and I think that's one thing about you guys as well. It's that the way you guys dance, people dance like that in the clubs. Because it's like, it's just feel good and it's natural and it just like flows.
Yes, exactly.
Whereas, what do you think about the, what is it, TikTok generation? Do you call it dance? What you see now? What's this?
At first, I'm not gonna lie. At first, I was quite, because I'm coming more from, I'm a freestyle dancer naturally. Yeah. When I joined the dance group, it was more choreo, and I wasn't a choreo person. I found it hard to kind of catch up with the other girls, like learning new dance moves. Because naturally, I like freestyling and flowing. It's a South African vibe, right? That's how we are. Yeah. So for me, seeing it now, you know what? Nah, that's how I am. That's that generation. I would have been the TikTok people, because I just like flowing and vibing. But coming from the professional side now, I'm not gonna lie, at first I was very judgmental, like, what are you doing? That's not choreo, you know, every dancer now just blows off of, okay, I've got 100K followers on Instagram from doing viral videos, blah, 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 blah. And I felt like, the dancers that do take classes, that do go out there and book the tours, dance for the Beyoncés, the Drakes, and, put our culture out there. I feel like those dancers have been slept on because
because it's not the hype.
It's not the hype, it's not clout, it's not trendy or whatever, it's more artistry. And so at first I was a bit judgmental, but now you can't, because I'm one of the freestyle dancers. Had it not been for somebody believing in me and thinking, I like how she moves, let me try teach her how to dance but learn my dancing as opposed to her doing her, I probably wouldn't have been here. So now I love it. I love it. It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Because I'm not a choreographer or I haven't been like a choreographed trained dancer. I've always loved doing it. I wasn't trained, but somebody believed in me. So why can't I believe in someone else instead of judging, you know? So I fuck with it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Definitely.
I like it.
And so from the Britain's Got Talent, you guys obviously went to the semi-finals.
Yeah.
And then obviously it didn't quite, did you guys think you were going to win or?
No, let's be real. No, come on. We're in
Why
Britain,
come on?
girl.
What's the come on
girl,
coming from?
Come on.
What, you didn't think you're going to win?
No.
Why?
It's a British show, okay?
Okay, I see where you're going. I see where you're going, yeah. Oh, yeah. I see.
You know?
I see where you're going, yeah.
I just feel like with Afrobeats, it was still very new. Like, you know what? For us, it wasn't about winning or making it to the finals. We were very much, okay, we want to see Afrobeats on a big stage. Why can't people appreciate African music same way they appreciate Caribbean music, Indian music, American music, blah, blah, blah music? Why can't they take us seriously?
Yeah.
Just that. Why can't you take us seriously?
Yeah.
Why can't you respect our art? And that's where I was at, and that's where I'm at.
So that was almost like you guys' contribution to the Afrobeat scene.
Yeah, that's all it was. We want to, leave our mark and put our stamp that, okay, Afrobeats is amazing, that it was the whole awareness thing as opposed to we're trying to win. It was more we want people to notice our art and take us seriously as artists.
Okay.
Because people they didn't take African artists back then.
Yeah.
If you're like, okay, I would like to dance for blah, 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 this Afrobeat artist, it was more like, But if you're saying, I want to dance for, I don't know, the mainstream Western, artist. Oh, okay, da-da-da-da. But now I'm excited to dance for an Afrobeat artist now.
What do you think about
but it's exciting.
What do you think about the growth? Is it growth? Can we say growth?
It's been a movement. I say movement.
Of Afrobeats now.
Beautiful. Everyone's just like, it's not about I'm an artist, a dancer, or this. Everyone's literally I mean, we have African food, so we have like the catering side, hospitality. We have musicians. We have dance. We have fashion. Like I feel like everyone's kind of on the same kind of. I wouldn't say same level because obviously there's levels to it, but I just feel like it's powerful what we're all doing. Everyone's kind of seeing, trying to push for our culture forward. So that's beautiful to see, man.
So then going back, so I'm trying to work out the timeline because then after that you were working in Hollister's, right?
Yes,
and they were working in Abercrombie and Fitch.
Yeah.
You think I don't know? Yes, I know. So obviously you went on Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
And then you guys, did you all go back to work or did you just go back to work?
We went back to work. Let me tell you something. So we went back to work and that's how, I'm so grateful for this because, okay, a lot of people that we knew on the show, we made friends with on the show, were like, you know what, if we don't win, what am I gonna do with my life? And we're just like, we're just trying to get on the show to bring awareness and stuff. So anyway, when all of that happened, great reception, amazing love, all of this stuff, we had to go back to work. Oof, and
humbling.
Babe, it was very humbling, because I was a stylist at Abercrombie and Fitch and stuff. And like all the models would come to me and be like, wait, aren't you the girl that was on da-da-da-da? What are you still doing here? Jesus. Yo, no, because, okay, I feel like that's one thing that people don't talk about. Just because you've had one job or had success in a job or a certain field, it doesn't mean that that's that. We all have, I feel like the entertainment industry is so fickle and everyone just goes through a roller coaster ride kind of thing.
But they don't talk about that. They don't talk about that.
We don't keep it real. Like,
yes.
How are you going to sustain yourself? How are you going to continue living if you're not going to take a part-time job or this and that? In the entertainment industry, you need different types of bags. You can't just have one source of income.
Yep.
You have to have different streams. So I feel like that's one thing that we're kind of like naive to. Like we're not really, clued up on. We're like, okay, if we dance for this person, that's it. We've made it. And we almost made that mistake with Britain's Got Talent.
Yeah.
But we're like, nah, it's not about the winning or this and that. Either way, let's just go on the show, see how it goes. And
is that the moment you realize that that's not how the game goes?
Yeah,
That you don't just blow off like that?
Definitely,
Yeah, I can just absolutely imagine, because I feel like with a lot of people, that's the bit of the story that they always skip out. Like, I swear they always skip out the hustle and the grind of it. Like, Nicki Minaj talks about how she used to work in like a chip and burger type, there's a name but I've forgotten, in America, and like she was there for years. Like people, and it's only like, if you're in conversation, like deep conversation, Hennessy flowing, that people will come and now tell you that they used to work at McDonald's. But I swear they go on TV and they'll never talk about that. Like they will skip that part of the story out. But I feel like that's where the beauty is, because that's where the lessons are learned. That's where the learning starts. I think it's so important that we have these conversations. So you go back, you have that humbling moment. Then, because I used to follow all three of you individually, because that's how solid I was in my thing. I was just like, I followed all three of you individually.
Yeah.
And then, I saw, because this is one of the biggest things I wanted to ask you when you came onto the show. So I saw, like, Ezinne was dancing and doing choreography for, like, artists.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Afro Nation, but that's way after. For artists, Soliette was cooking.
What's going on here? Yeah.
I said, hold on, wait a minute. And you were dancing, and you were dancing like for artists and stuff. Yeah. So I'm like, are you guys not taking, but did you ever, so my question is like, did you ever do an official announcement? Because I never.
Not really. I just feel like, me personally, babe, I've just always been the type of person that you can't box me or put me in one place. I can't be there. I can't be a dancer for 5 years or 10. No. Like, I feel like this girl here, I love growing. I love growth. I love inspiration. I just love growing. And with CEO, it was never a forever thing for me. And I was very, transparent and clear.
Oh, like, did you say that from the beginning?
Oh, not from the beginning. More, when things got serious, because we started out, for fun. It was all fun. It was a hobby. It wasn't professional. And when we started to see, okay, wow, this person's noticing, like things are moving, you start to, reflect and evaluate certain things, and you're like, okay, I could do this for a living. And then for me, I was like, okay, I love the industry. I want to be an entertainer. I don't want to be, I am an entertainer, but it's not just with dance. I love acting, I love music, I love fashion, I love this and this and this and that. Am I really just gonna box myself? And I was very boxed for a while, because I was thinking, okay, if I then branch out and do this, are people gonna look at me and think she's doing too much? And I just came about and I was like, fuck it, let me just do me. And so with CEO Dancers, it was never a forever thing for me. So for me, I was just like, you know what? I love music, and the girls were very, they're aware, they're aware, like, okay, she loves music, this is what she wants to do. And I was like, you know what, I feel like in a couple years, I can see myself doing this, doing that. I made the announcement within the group, not really anything outside of the group. And then, it's exciting to see that Ezinne is doing music now as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I interviewed her as well, and like it's just so interesting how the two of you are now doing music, and obviously Soliette is doing her cooking. Soliette's cooking looks banging, by the way. Like, god damn.
Yeah.
Like, but the both of you are both now doing music. But so basically, did you Beyonce them in a sense that it was you that left first, or?
Okay, so it wasn't really, I wouldn't really put it like that. It's more just like, this girl here, she had to do what she had to do in regards to...
So you were the first to have that conversation?
I'm very transparent and open. Okay. And, being in a group where we're all friends, I feel like it's very important for us to be transparent, where what's your goals for the next 5 years? Do you see yourself being in the dance group? So what does that mean for the rest of us? So I was very vocal about that. Our manager was very aware of that, very supportive. They all were. So it was pretty, I was very surprised to see Ezinne with a single. That's pretty exciting and shocking.
Because, and so the reason why I asked is because when you then decided, when everybody split and you arrived in this industry, bloody hell, you arrived. So let's play your official arrival, when we first kind of saw you do your thing, and you came out with Davido. This is when you arrived. Like, this is when we said, rah, okay? She is not playing. So we've had to cut out the sound for copyrights. Okay. But bloody hell, the arrival, no big deal. What was this? Did you choreograph this whole?
No, Esme choreographed that. Mobile
Really?
Awards. Yeah, Mobile Awards. That was exciting. She choreographed that actually. She was a choreographer and yeah, I remember that.
So you guys were still kind of working together in a way?
No, I was working with David. She was hired by, I think, the PR agency. I don't know.
So it was like separate.
Yeah, I haven't spoken to her in a while. I don't know.
Really?
She's doing amazing though, so yeah, it's good for her.
This was just like, this was the ultimate like, yes, honey, and come see fashion. Like, you always come with the absolute fashion. Like, what was this moment like? Because this is when you're like now dancing for like musicians and stuff.
Yeah.
So how was that?
For me, it just felt natural. You know, it felt natural. Like I've never seen myself as the backup dancer. I've always known what I wanted to do, but I feel like we said before, like for me, I feel like it was training ground for what I'm about to do now or what I'm doing now. So yeah, it was just like, it's all part of it. But I was still like, I don't want to be doing this. Why am I dancing for someone? I felt like I'm doing myself a disservice.
Yeah,
I felt like I was doing myself a disservice. And you know, people that know, or you know, when you have friends that see you beyond just the you, they're like, babe, what are you doing? And you know, when you have real ones around you, you start to look at yourself like, ooh, you know, yeah.
But I feel like with your kind of personality and your kind of energy anyway, you're meant to be not on your own, but you're meant to be big on your own. If that does that make sense? Like, you're not meant to be behind anyone or dancing for anyone. You choreograph, you're in the front, because that's just how, that's like the energy I get from you. Like, you lead, you understand? You don't follow, do you understand?
Thank you.
So that's just how I've always seen you. So then it's no surprise. But I want to kind of talk about, we're going to step back a little bit, and I want to talk about Drake, because that was big. That was huge.
Yeah.
What was that like, getting that call? Because they literally called you to say, what, the boy needs you or something like that.
Yeah. First of all, Tanisha Scott, I'm like her biggest fan. She's like growing up here. When I was 15 in Leicester, I used to see her in the Sean Paul videos. Like, she's Aaliyah, everyone. She's just worked with everyone, and just watching, I was like, oh my gosh. She was like the black girl basically, like on TV, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be that girl. So when we met her in Monaco in 2014 at the MTV World Music Awards. Okay. So we met her, and she's like, rah, like, CEO, I love you guys. Sean Paul spoken about you. We're like, what?
Wow.
Us? Us three, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were gassed. And so like, we exchanged DLs, and then from there, she was like, okay, we're gonna work, blah, blah, blah. And then literally 2 years later, we get the call. We're literally on tour with Tiwa Savage, just doing our thing. And then we get the call for that tour. You know, and it was very, it was a weird situation. It's like picking between two artists that, you know, you love so much. But, you know, we had to do what we had to do. And for me personally, I had to make the decision for myself. And yeah, it happened to be Drake. So, boy, I was, come on.
You were loving it.
And it's so crazy because that year, beginning of 2016, my friends can testify to this. I'm the kind of person, I was like, yeah, this is my year, blah, 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 blah. I feel like this year I'm gonna work with this person, that person. And that year, I actually wrote down 4 artists, and I happened to work with three out of those 4.
Oh, really?
So I wrote down Kanye, Beyonce, Rihanna, and Drake, and I happened to work with 3 of them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. That year was just crazy. I had like this big dick energy, like this is my year.
Yes.
And it was just crazy, like back to back, like, yeah. And that just taught me like, nah, man, nothing is impossible. Like, I'm actually my biggest enemy if I want to be, or my biggest fan. Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. If I want to make it, it's on me. If I don't, it's on me. So nothing's impossible.
What's it really like dancing for artists? Do they give you guys the respect that you guys deserve?
Luckily for me, I feel like, you know what it is? I feel like for us, we were lucky in regards to, because it was the 3 of us, and we've also, we've always stood our ground, like, oh, this is who we are, you know, very professional. It's never been really that kind of miscommunication or like that weird vibe. It's always been like not a barrier, but more like, what can I say? What's the word?
Like,
what's the word?
Like a limitation.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so in regards to people knowing like, okay, these girls, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. But then even when you were on your own with it, how did that feel? Because now you don't even have the support of the 2. Yeah. So you're walking into this thing like by yourself. How was that
was
feeling?
scary.
Talk about that. Yeah,
because I'm used to having two strong girls by my side, you know, and not that you kind of rely on them, but it's just like that's like a support system. Yeah, and then when you're doing it by yourself, it's just like, oh gosh, yeah. I remember the first show, the Mobile Awards actually. I was nervous because it's like I'm used to having the two, you know, my sisters by my side. You know, you're not as nervous, but I feel like I'm enjoying it more now. I'm actually loving it more.
Yeah.
Because I just feel like I have a lot of creative control and stuff, and I'm doing what I want to do. You know, being in CEO was amazing, but I feel like me being a Southern African woman, you know, you didn't get to see that side. I was very hidden behind the, you know, Western African culture or Afrobeats culture, and I never got to like express my Southern African side. Yeah. So for me, it's exciting now at this point to be able to do all that. Yeah,
so then you've now moved away from the dancing. Yeah. Now you're an artist, girl. Yeah. Now you've arrived. Now she has arrived. Listen, the arrival it'll be small. Yeah. It'll be small. You came all the way through. What has it really been like to now be a competitor for a lot of maybe the musicians that you were dancing for?
Oh boy.
Yeah. I'm patting that question naturally.
I mean, I don't. Yes. I'm a fan of a lot of the artists, you know. I love a lot, like I love Tenny, I love Thames, Showman, Josie. There's so many amazing, like I love the females, man. They're doing it so big. And for me, I don't know, they're very supportive. So I haven't really felt that sense of competitive spirit or anything like that. I get along with most of them anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, but then as a woman, as an attractive woman.
Oh, thank you, girl.
Let's not lie now. Let's not lie. You must have, like, what's them DMs looking like?
The DMs are full of women, which is really shocking. Yeah. Oh, sis, you're doing amazing. Or girl, Or yeah, from women, which is quite interesting. Yeah.
So like no guys, no familiar faces.
A lot of guys, but more women, which is.
But really any familiar faces that have surprised you?
Oh, yes.
I know myself, so it's like, if I know me, I know you, and I can imagine.
So, okay,
I can imagine.
That's interesting.
Because even like some of your pictures, like I look for your pictures and I'm like,
Which picture? Tell me.
So, there's a picture we're gonna show later on, but even the look at her promo picture.
Oh dear,
You look at that girl.
I just love my bum cheeks out, man. I'm a free spirit. I love having my ass cheeks out.
Yeah. And then even like some of the more even high fashion pictures as well. Like
always
when you're
bum
in
cheeks out, babe. Why not?
Like,
free the ass.
But then I know them DMs popping. So now you're in music.
Yeah.
How has that been?
It's been 10 times more work. Like, babe, my rollout for Look at Her, I was so excited and I was just like, oh my gosh, this is a lot of work. I thought dancing, choreographing was work, but no, this is work. You know? So, I was so nervous. Like the day I dropped, 22nd of May, oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was like, oh my God, what are people gonna think? Are people gonna think, what's this girl trying to do from dancing to music? What are you doing? I was so nervous, like overthinking all of that. But I think when I released it, I was more just like, oh wow, people are taking it in, people love it, they appreciate it. And I just like relaxed it and took it in more, you know, got to enjoy it.
You held off from doing music for a while because of like, what was it, your nerves or just thinking what people are going to think, or what kind of
you know what, I wanted to be super intentional and be like, okay, this is who I am as an artist and be true to myself, you know. And so I made the decision in 2014 after we finished the CEO Dancers Tour, like, okay, I think I'm ready for the music thing now. I want to be an artist. And I was just like building and creating. But it was very much, at first, it was very much working with producers that are like, try speak Yoruba or try this. And I was just like,
Yoruba?
That's not, babe.
Why?
Well,
because of Afro.
That sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah,
but that's the stuff I've been through in sessions, like, if you do this, you blow. Yoruba. I'm like, but I'm South African. What am I doing? And I love Afro beats, but babe, like, that's not me. Let me be true to myself. And I was just like, you know, started meeting producers that understand me, and I started like being comfortable being who I am and embracing my culture. And I was just like, yo, I'm South African. What am I doing? Like, I feel like at first I was scared of like the whole language barrier thing. Like, are people gonna understand my language? Are people gonna get it? And then I was just like, nah, met Team Salou. We started making music. I was enjoying it, super confident being who I am. And I was just like, nah, I like this vibe. This is me. It feels comfortable, it feels good. And it's like, yeah, we're ready now.
That's so why surprised.
Yeah.
That you're not even like, because I feel like with like the whole, like we were talking about like South Africa and how like fast developed it is, that's a complete lane in itself anyway. So why is it, so what, is it Afrobeats then it has to be either Yoruba or like,
but you know
why?
what it is? South African music hasn't been embraced or celebrated like that as much as we would like it to be. I'm talking about in regards to comparison to Afrobeat.
Yeah, okay.
As a genre, it hasn't been respected like that.
But what do you think about it now though? Because now it's
well, now Amapiano's hot. Everyone's jumping on it.
Even Ghanaian artists are doing like Amapiano. I'm like, okay.
But it's good.
It is good.
So
it is
really
good.
I feel like seeing people like Shoma Josie come out with John Cena last year, seeing how people took it, you know, took to it. Busiswa, the song with Beyonce. I'm just like, oh, South African girls, wow, I can do it. I can do it. And it just got me so like motivated and inspired. I was just like, nah, I'm doing this.
Has that made you also want to think about going back home to do music?
1000%. What?
So or stick here more so? What are we doing?
I'm a South African girl in London, you know, why not bring my culture to here?
But you know what, sometimes, and I've spoken about this with a few artists that have come on the show, and sometimes I think we sleep on people, even when we know they are of high quality and value, we sleep on people.
And we start to support them when they're popping, right?
To our own detriment, because, you know, look at Burna Boy. He was here a long time. Naira Marley.
It's been amazing since Like to Party days. Well, that's the Burna Boy I knew. 2011, 2010. That's the Burna Boy I discovered. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yep. Naira Marley, Tiwa Savage, you know, can we continue? They all had to go back home to get the appreciation and come back.
Wow, it's true.
But do you feel like you would you ever just ride it out? Or would you just be like, you know what, I'm going to South Africa and let me just blow over there, let me come back here?
You know what, babe? For me personally, I feel like South African artists that I've always looked up to growing up, for some reason, which I appreciate, they've kind of looking up to me, which is weird. I feel like maybe, like I said, South African music's been slept on. So when you're looking at South African artists back home, we appreciate them. But when you're looking at them out here, no one knows who this person is.
That's
or
true.
who sings this song, You're like, this is a dope song, but who's the artist? But Afrobeats, you know, especially Nigerian music, you know, instantly, it's this person,
That's true.
You know? And so for them, I feel like because I've had the success from the dance aspect and stuff, you know, God is great. All of that happened, it was amazing. But I feel like South African music here is still warming up, thanks to Amapiano, because the genre before, nobody was messing with that till Black Panther. Oh my God, it's a vibe. Before, it's been out for time. And that's a sad thing for me as a South African woman and you know, artist as well. And our music, always been slept on.
It's so true.
And then Black Coffee now has a song with Drake. South African music's popping. Bitch, it's been out.
It's actually true. I never actually thought about it like that because we might know the sound and the beat, but we never really know the names. So,
But
actually,
we need to change that.
We do need to change that. I think we definitely need to do. So let's switch gears a little bit and let's talk about fashion. Because girl, when it comes to this fashion thing, oh my God. And you're never scared. That's one thing about your fashion. You're unapologetic about yours. You understand? You will try everything. And you will play with colours. You will play with styles. Where does that come? Because obviously we know South Africans can dress for the nines, but where does that come from for you?
Oh my gosh, my mom. She's just a creative, beautiful mess. In a good way, For my mom, She, you see, like today, right? For me, it's not. This is cute, but I wouldn't have done it with the hat. But my mom, the hat, the boots, colors, like, what are you doing? But it looks cute, so I get it from my mom.
Where are you trying to go with this fashion thing?
You know what? I would love to have. I would love to have my own line. Like, Ree is sis. Like, I look up to people like, you know, Ree, Solange, like so many amazing women in the industry. So for me, I would like to take it there. I'd like to take it there. God
what
willing.
would you? What would you kind of specialize in? Like, what pieces would you give us? Like, give us a piece, like jackets.
I love oversized stuff.
Yeah.
So oversized.
You said oversized with the sunglasses. Yes. You think I don't
like
know?
oversized stuff. So yeah, I don't want to give away too much, but I'm working on something. I don't want to give it away too much. But since you asked me, yeah, I have something special coming up.
Let me send you my address, people. Send me those pieces.
Wait.
So then, you obviously, how was it talking to a Vogue about you knew it was coming, about the Kenzo choreography that you put together?
Yeah.
Like, how was that?
I was scared. I was nervous. I was so nervous, but I was excited. And it was more, even just the dancers I worked with, just them being on board, seeing everyone just like excited, happy. You know, at the time, I think South African music had just been, you know, discovered.
Yeah.
And to see on a, you know, a platform like Paris Fashion Week, Kenzo, I was gassed for my culture, and I was just, yeah, man, it was amazing.
How did you put that together? Was it like days of rehearsal?
Yes.
When you had to get everyone
2 weeks, yeah, 2 weeks of work, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Week of rehearsal, and then we flew to Paris, and then had to rehearse a whole week with the models and the designer. And Kenzo himself, oh my gosh, I couldn't stop crying. Yeah, he's such an icon. I was like, oh my gosh, it's you. I'm finally meeting you. It was just insane. It was insane to actually, yeah. It was such a dream.
That is absolutely amazing.
You know?
Can we show the clip? I think it's so powerful again to see an African. You know what I mean? It's just like we're moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
I mean, how was it to get everybody to like? Did people pick up the choreography really fast, or?
You know what? Yes, all the dancers were so passionate because again, it's a great opportunity. Like no dancer's ever been on Paris Fashion Week platform ever. They've never used dancers, so it was the first time, and I'm just so grateful that they trusted me to create something. And we're all so nervous, excited. It was a lot of emotions, man. It was a lot.
It's a big.
And then you have Anna Wintour, like front row. I feel like we were all really excited, but yeah.
That is a lot of pressure. Did you ever foresee this in your, like, when you were back dancing back then? Did you ever foresee half of the thing? Like, not even a half, let's just say like a quarter of the things that you've done thus far. Did you ever foresee it?
No, because I mean, like I love creating like vision boards and like writing down my dreams and stuff, but I feel like it's when it happens, it's like, whoa, it's like you kind of, I don't know, it just hits you like, whoa, it feels so surreal. So like, it's kind of like I knew it would happen, not this early, or do you know what I mean? Not this soon, or how it happened.
That is absolutely amazing. I think, again, just to see you just thriving and just doing all these little pockets of things, and then now it's like with the music. Where are we trying to go with the music? What are we trying to do? Are we trying to go all the way to the top? What does the top look like for you? Give us everything.
Well, definitely all the way to the top.
Yeah,
I don't half-ass anything, but I just feel like for me, I don't want to put any pressure on myself, but for me, the goal is to get, I feel like it's just to put South Africa on the map. That's just my heart, that's my passion. Like again, I said with Afrobeats, we were passionate about putting it on the same level as all dance styles or music genres. And for me, I'm trying to get South African music to the same level as Afrobeats. I want to be a part of that movement. So that's where I see myself. And
you have been. I mean, look at all the things you've done thus far. Like, you've absolutely been a part of what we can say is the movement and the growth, the fast growth. Because we needed all these little things. We needed the dancers. We needed, even the, one of my team was like, isn't that the girl from the Malik Berry videos?
Yes, Control,
like, yes. Like, I was like, yes, it is. Like, oh my God. So I quickly want to kind of tap into, because we've talked about all the glories, but I quickly want to tap into the hurdles, because there always is hurdles. There has to be.
Oh, girl.
What have been the hurdles for you, and how have you overcome them?
I think for me personally, just staying true to who I am and just being true to myself. Like, you can be tested, like, in this industry, and I feel like that's one thing I can say I'm very proud of myself for, and I feel like it's opened doors for me. Yeah. Staying true to yourself and putting your foot down, if you know what I mean. Like, being a woman in an industry, you know, men.
No, speak on it,
So for me, it's been testing, you know, Yeah.
No, speaking, 'cause I feel like these are some of the things that, again, people don't talk about.
Yeah.
And these are the things that up and coming female artists come in, I want to do music, I want to do music, or they want to do, they want to dance or whatever. These are the hurdles they face, and people either decide they're not going to do it, which I think is detrimental to the growth of Afrobeats or whatever genre they want to do, because we need more people to come in to push the thing forward. But I feel like there needs to be more people like yourselves that come in and say, listen, like, these are some of the things I face, but these are some of the things, like, how I've dealt with it. And because it's true, because even, like, with myself, I've experienced as well, I've had to put my foot down, like, and I've had to make my voice be heard.
But why are we always the bitch? Because we put our foot down and we're not willing to entertain certain things, and
we have to be. Yeah, because we have to be. And it's a shame. But one thing I will say that I've been okay with is I will be that bitch if I have to be. And you can label me that bitch, but I will get the job done. Do you understand? Because I need it to be done. And so you will.
And you're gonna respect me after that, so boom.
So what's the problem? I don't, and the thing is, it's like, I could hire a man to be my voice, but you're gonna hear me, regardless. And I don't, it doesn't have to be like that. So I think it is a tricky conversation. I feel like these are the conversations we definitely need to have. We definitely need to have.
No, because I have struggled at first, like, again, like, that's why I asked you, why do we always have to be, labeled as the bitch if we act a certain way? If I respect myself, if I'm assertive and I came here to be professional, I'm not trying to entertain your bullshit. Why you see me as a bitch if I'm not trying to, why? Why can't you respect me and think, wow, she came here to do her job and boom, boom, bam.
Yeah, because it's not like the product, i.e. you, is not of quality. And that you are not of value because you are of high value because you know what you bring to the table. So it's like we don't need to do all the little bits in between because you know that by the time I bring my product to the table, you will respect me regardless.
And with me, I've just to touch on that and I'm sorry, but I have to represent myself and being a woman and women like me, because I know it's been something that a lot of dancers have struggled with, the whole, you're a dancer as a female working for a male artist. And then all of a sudden, when you stand your ground and you respect yourself, you come to do your job, and you're not entertaining a certain type of vibe, all of a sudden you're a bitch, or, oh, she's a hoe, oh, she's done this with this person. Why is that always the case? Why are you then creating rumors about somebody just because, why is that always the case? Why is a man, why can you get away with it? Why?
Yeah. It's crazy, but I feel like these are the challenges as a woman that we have to face. But touching on that note, we have come to the end of the show, girl. Yes. You're like, yes. Yes. Thank you this is such a powerful conversation. Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me on the sofa today.
Thank you
It has been a pleasure. We definitely have to do this again.
Yes, definitely.
We definitely do. Right, guys, we have come to the end of the show. I want to thank my guest, Nqobile, for joining me, and we will be back with another episode of VIP Unlocked on The Carmel Show.